As dads, some days we feel like we have all the answers, and some days we feel like we don't have a clue. If that describes you, you're at the right place. This is the All Pro Dad Podcast. This is the All Pro Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Ted Lowe, and we are joined today by BJ Foster. BJ, welcome back, man.
Great to be here.
Last time you were here, I think we were recording in a storage unit.
We were.
Last time I was on a podcast with you, we were talking about a diaper and on an airplane, and it was hilarious.
It's a great bit.
Yeah. I don't like to think about that as much. So.
And we're joined with Jason Hood. Jason, welcome back.
Appreciate you having me.
Always love to have you. Today's question of the week is this: is fatherhood bad for your health?
Yeah. I almost had a heart attack yesterday, so.
Yeah? Yeah. You want to tell us about that?
No, I don't want to relive it. I might go into palpitations right now. No, it's just, kids just pushing your buttons. Yesterday was just a day. It was funny.
It was a day?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have those days you're going, what was all that about?
Yeah. Like, what did you wake up doing? Like, what in your mind today? It's like, I'm just going to push every button you got. Mm-hmm. It's only 10 a.m. and I'm just like, what is happening?
And then it's going to have heart and health implications right there.
That's every day for me. You're talking about one day. I'm like, what lucky you.
Yeah, how do we make it to more just sporadic than constant, than chronic? So here's a couple of pieces of research that I thought, would start this off with a little bit of depression. Here we go. A 2022 poll found that these were the top 10 unhealthy habits of Americans, and that's not exercising enough, not saving enough money, procrastinating, sleeping too little, staying up too late, eating too much, spending too much money. I love this one, being lazy. Like, how does one equate that? Are you lazy? Yeah, I'm lazy. Drinking caffeine, that one, I don't see anything wrong with that. And watching too much TV. For you guys, when you hear that list, listeners, I want you to think about this too. When you hear that list, which of these do you struggle with the most?
It's easy for me. Is staying up too late, and not getting enough sleep. That's just me. I tend to be a night owl. I get up fairly early to work out, about four or five times a week, depending on the week. But I never get enough sleep, so that's what it is for me.
I drink Coke like it's going out of style. Like, I just drink
straight up Coke
all the time. Like, I would just put it into my IV. I mean, it's constant. My mom's like, your teeth are rotting, and I'm like, leave me alone. I'm 50.
That's what Crest white strips are for, Mom.
That's right. That's what dentists are for. So that's mine. And it's probably related to the no sleep thing. Like, that's another part. Like, if there's anything that's easy for me to cut out in my life, it's like, I'll just cut sleep out.
Yeah. That one, stay up a little late and get to have a little alone time. I think for me, probably, I'm going to have probably the TV thing. And to make this more specific to men in terms of research, there was an article in the New York Post entitled "Fatherhood Might Be Bad for Your Heart." And in the article from Northwestern University, it said fathers have worse cardiovascular health than men without kids. Men who become fathers under 25 have worse health than other fathers. Fathers have a higher smoking rate than non-fathers. When I looked at that, the smoking thing kind of threw me a little bit, but the worse cardiovascular health, I'm tracking. Like, I'm going, that makes complete sense with that. Why do you think fatherhood leads to unhealth sometimes?
I mean, personally for me, it's the time commitment. I have young kids, so it definitely makes sense that, until this past year, I was probably in the worst shape of my life. And my background's exercise science, so I know exactly what I needed to do. I know exactly what I need to eat. I know what the plan is. And so until this past year, it was just like, eat when I can, eat what I want. I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I don't have any alone time. I don't, like, all of that stuff adds up. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm 25, 35, 40 pounds overweight. And it's all because for me, I'm giving up as much time as I can to either my job or my family. And so we do things as a family almost every weekend. That's just how my wife is wired. She wants to go. That's how we gain energy, is by doing stuff together. I'm just over the line
Extrovert.
on the
Extrovert.
introvert
Extrovert.
extrovert scale. So I look like an extrovert a lot of times, but a lot of times I want to be introverted. And so it's the time commitment that I think is necessary for my family. And so I hold that to a high regard, and I commit as much time as I can to my family. And that means I have to sacrifice in other places.
That's true. And I think, gosh, when they're little, BJ, what about for you? Why do you think dads struggle with this so much?
I mean, when I look at this list of things that are like unhealthy habits, it's like I feel like kids are the cause of all of them. Maybe not the lazy one, although I guess it's Jason's. He'd like to be lazy and be away from the family. Your poor wife trying to get you out of your room. No, but like not exercising enough. Like you don't have enough time to exercise because you're dealing with kids. You're not saving enough money. It's like you don't have any money anymore, so that's stressful. Procrastinating. You don't have enough time. Sleeping too little because you're up all night with the kids and they're up in the morning at 5 o'clock. Or like you said, Ted, you want to get a minute to yourself, so you stay up late. It's like I finally get a moment to myself where I get to binge watch TV or whatever. And so you're doing that. So it's like kids, I think, lead to all these different stress points and all the healthy things that you used to do. All of a sudden, your life looks a lot different. And figuring out how to order that so that you can be in a healthy place is very challenging.
Yeah, I often wonder, like, what did I do before my kids? Like, I had so much time.
Right.
BJ, you're right. It's so difficult to reorder your life as kids come and figuring that out. But again, it's so important. The study says that a father's health has a major impact on the well-being of the family. Our habits set an example for our kids and our spouses. So the question that we have is, how can we be healthier in some of these things that that we're not doing as much? The first one, of course, is exercising. Like, how do we do that better, even in the midst of kids? Charles Duhigg has a book called The Power of Habit. And my favorite part about that book is he says, willpower, all that, and he goes, throw it out the window. Who cares?
Yeah.
Because, boy, we come out of the gate hard, don't we? We're like, I haven't exercised in forever. I'm going to run a marathon. And it's cliche, but we hear it, and then people burn out. And so we try to do too much, too quick, like we do everything else, and it's with good heart and good intention. His thing is, habits are things we don't think about. They're going to happen because we don't think about brushing our teeth. We don't think about tying our shoes. We don't think about those things. We don't think about taking a shower. We don't think about any of those things, so they happen. And he talks about this concept of habit stacking. And he says, what are those habits that you do that you can stack a habit that you don't? So, for instance, you say, every day when I brush my teeth, I'm going to do 25 squats. Corey, who's part of the podcast, produces the podcast. He gets up every hour on the hour and, does 25 squats because he's going to climb. He likes to hike. And so I think there's little things like, how do we stack those habits on top of each other? The other one I talked about, watching a little bit too much TV. I have learned the older I get, the more I have to stretch, especially if you're working out. And so I'm stretching like while I'm watching TV. Like I'll make myself get in the floor. So that's habit stacking. The other thing too is having, for me, it's the Apple Watch who is constantly being so mean to me. Hey, your rings.
Berating you.
What's happening? Like going on in your life right now?
Like I'm walking around and it's like, hey, you should get up. I'm like, I am walking.
There was a great commercial years ago where a guy just had 3 popular 8th grade girls following him around. And so he's at a diner having ice cream and they're like, gross. And he's like,
That's a good plan. That's probably the best plan, most effective plan ever.
Yeah, we just give our teenage daughters permission. Just, point everything out.
Call us out
right.
constantly.
Just call us out. What about, we mentioned earlier, not saving enough money? Like, what are some practical tips there that you think, this is really going to help some guys listening?
Well, I mean, obviously, knowing where your money's going is the first step. You have to budget. Right. I mean, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I hate it so much.
It is like I really can't stand budgeting. But when we do it, it makes a huge difference in knowing where your money is. It actually gives you freedom. That's what I've learned the most, is it actually gives you freedom to know where you can spend. When you don't know where your money's going, you have no idea. You go to the bank account and you look at the bank account like, oh, holy cow, where's all the money? So I think budgeting is a huge plus. It is hard to do. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best at it. I'm not. But I think it makes a big difference when you know where your money's going.
Even setting up the automatic.
Yeah.
This goes into the, even if it's like one of the things that I think is starting out really small, like super small. Like, because a lot of people start big and then it's like, right. I did 100 push-ups yesterday. I can't, my arms are done. It's like, well, why don't you just do one push-up? That's it. Or like just send $10 over to savings. That's it. Every month, just automatic. It just goes over there. It's like $10 you're not even going to notice, but all of a sudden, and then you just add to it.
Yeah.
A little bit more, just a little bit more, a little bit more.
You guys, that's good. I think one of the things that my accountant wife has taught me over the years is unexpected money is invisible.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Like when it comes in, like, no. If we put it in there, it's just going to go away and turn into nothing. So
she sounds smart. Like, I haven't met Nancy, but she just seems really on point.
Listen. I don't know. I don't even want to think about my life right now without her. It would be so sad. And one of the things I've seen lately is people have no spend days. So they'll declare a day of the week. This is a no spend day, which... I'm not jumping on board that, but listeners, maybe you do.
Are you the spender?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and what happens when spenders marry savers?
Divorce?
Savers, sometimes savers rob joy from the spenders.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's how that works.
That's me.
I'm a spender, too.
I'm a robber of joy.
Yeah.
I rob joy. My wife watching this is like, finally.
Elizabeth, I'm with you. Yeah. Elizabeth, we need to talk. Okay. The other thing is procrastination. I think everybody can deal with that. What are some tips and tricks going? Everybody's listening, I'm procrastinating about fill in the blank. What are some things that are universal that would help?
I think for me, we talked about finance. One of my things that I hate the most is to do taxes. And I am the April 15th at 11 p.m. guy. And I just got so tired of it. So I actually set a goal of by the end of February every year, I'm going to do it. And so I set a goal and I'm like, I've got a little spreadsheet that I get to check a box when I do it. And so I think sometimes maybe setting your time limits and setting your goals early kind of helps me.
Yeah, I think for me, the thing I tell my son all the time is that the longer you wait to do it, the more it's going to weigh on you. It's just going to sit there. And I hate having things hanging over my head. I do it to myself all the time with procrastinating. It's just push the things off you don't want to do, or you don't know quite how to do it. And you're like, how do I get started? You have all these questions. I need more information. I'm a very high fact finder, but I like to start things quickly too. So often I'm the squirrel in the road, like it runs out and it freaks out because cars are coming. Like, I don't know what to do. Do I run back? Do I run across? Do I stand there and try to like duck under the car? I can't figure it out. And so for me, I try to tell myself and my son, the sooner you get started, the sooner it will be finished and it will be over and it won't be hanging over your head anymore.
That's good. Part of having adult ADHD, I've learned it can be very flooding. Like you will procrastinate going, I don't even know where to start. It's too much. You can be overwhelmed by the garage or overwhelmed by work. And so I've learned this concept of task blocking and time blocking to say, okay, I'm not going to finish all this today, but I'm going to spend 30 minutes on this, and I'll actually do it. I use timers a lot on my phone. Like, I'm going to do this for 30 minutes so I don't feel overwhelmed. My computer, I have to really work hard for it not to look like a dirty basement, like a hoarder's. I mean, it's got so much stuff, and I save everything on the desktop. And so one of the things I'm trying to do is go, okay, I'm going to work on this. I did on the plane on the way here. I'm going to give this 15 torturous minutes because I hate it with my whole soul. But it's just... Again, BJ, back to your point of doing small things. Like, you don't have to overwhelm yourself. And even Charles Duhigg talks about that. He encouraged the guy, he didn't want to exercise. He goes, here's all I want you to do. I want you to put your running shoes on. Don't go anywhere. Just put your running shoes on. And then he built, and he goes, I want you to put your running shoes on. I want you to get in the car, and I want you to drive to the gym, and I want you to turn around and come back. And the guy's like, what are you doing? He goes, there's dopamine hits when we do sequential small things. So you're going, oh, okay, I kind of feel like a runner with these shoes on. And then you just keep going and going. And he said what would do, he would say, now you can only exercise for 5 minutes. So the guy's going, I'm already here. He said, you'll end up doing more,
Right.
but if you make it super tangible, you're gonna do it for sure. The other one is sleeping too little. Ugh, sleeping too little. Tips and tricks.
I got nothing. I'm still. I'm serious. I struggle with this all the time. Like, it's my time. Like, it's my
that
alone
makes
time.
sense.
So it's tough, And I'll watch a couple of shows. I usually fall asleep watching a show, and my wife wants me to go to bed with her. And so it's like, hey, I want you to come to bed at the same time I go to bed. And I'm like, I want to have some time. I want some time to myself too. And she understands. Like, she gets it. She wants time to herself too. And I'm like, well, great, go upstairs and lay down. No, but it's just, that's what it is for me. That's the biggest thing I think I struggle with right now currently is like going to bed early. And I always feel so good. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so good when I get good sleep.
Yeah,
that's
and
the thing.
and then I make the same choice
Yeah.
the next night, the night before I got the good sleep. I was like, nah, well, I'm good. I had the good sleep last night.
Yeah. Maybe you even need less alone time when you better sleep. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
you got to turn the screens off. Like, it just kind of gets us ramped up and going. And boy, there's just nothing like reading a book that puts me out.
Not even like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Gone.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Brain
gone.
can't even
and,
handle.
And I'm not fantastic at this, but when I shut the screens off at 9 o'clock, I'm typically out by 10:30. When I keep the screens on, I'm up until midnight, and then maybe even getting into the habit of tomorrow I'm going to get up an hour earlier. I'm going to get up 15 minutes beforehand, or that kind of thing.
That's a good point. I found getting up earlier helps me go to sleep faster at night.
Right.
The longer you're awake, obviously, it makes sense. And the working out in the morning has helped me get sleepier sooner. So I'm dozing off at 10 o'clock, 10:30 versus staying up all night and being able to hang.
But that one day,
Yeah.
that one day
That's
where you
right.
get up early, where you were up until midnight, you just got to know that you're going to experience pain
Yeah.
of being exhausted. That
And then
day.
you are drinking all the caffeine.
Drinking up. Yeah, exactly. So you're going back to the other thing on the list. I struggle with sleep so bad. Like, insomnia used to be a big struggle for me. And so I'm also a fixer. Like, I got to fix this because, it's maddening. With no sleep. There would be times I wouldn't sleep at all, like a whole day, and get up and go to work, and I'd feel crazy. And so sleep is so huge for your health. It's so huge. It's massive. We've got to have it. And one of the things is not being on screens, because even if you're on screens, even if you immediately go to sleep, your brain cannot go into a deep sleep before. The other thing is, and this is really hard, is you go to sleep the same time and get up the same time every day. Like, you can't stack it up on the weekend. You can't make up for lost time on the weekend, which drives me absolutely.
So my son and I went out to dinner one night, and my wife and daughter were away, so it was just the two of us. And they have that little screen, and we got one of the games, and I'm like, this is a really fun game. I wonder if they have that. So I got the app, and I'm like, I have a game on my phone, and I started playing it, and I don't know where time went, but I'm like, I should probably go to sleep at some point soon. And I looked out the window, and it was light out. And I closed my eyes to go to sleep, and my eyes were like. And
sometimes you just got to live life on the edge, right? Like, you just got to do whatever. But sleep is huge, PJ. Let's not do that. The other thing is staying up too late. I think those two things to go together. Eating too much. About that, any tips and tricks on that?
The only thing I have done on that, and you're the exercise guy, but I started watching my calories, but some people get a little bit weird about that.
I think consistency matters when you're scheduling meals and eating meals. I think what happens is we eat too much because we stay up too late, because there's been so much time, right? That makes a difference. And then you're like, it's been 5 hours since I ate last, and now it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I'm hungry again. I eat more. So I notice when I stay up late, I eat more. But it's just paying attention to your body and recognizing, the portions in this country are enormous. If you go to other countries and you look at the portions they give you, they're nothing compared to. Right. I mean, I literally went to breakfast with my kids, and I am not kidding you. My wife was doing a deca, which is this Spartan race, like huge. It's very hard. Let me just put it that way. She did it in 31 minutes. She's awesome. But I'm sitting there while she's doing this. I'm eating a chicken biscuit that, I kid you not, the biscuit is this big, and the piece of
He's
chicken,
showing the size of a frisbee.
Yeah, like
frisbee.
The biscuit's this big, and the piece of chicken that came on it was this big. And I was like, and it came with potatoes. And I'm like, in what world? And I almost ate all of it. And I'm like...
Yeah, you're like, I can never eat all this. And you're like, what happened to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think portions is a huge thing, too. That is the thing, and leaving stuff on your plate, but just going. I mean, it's crazy amount. But also, for me, it's like, if I've got a plan, like if I know what I'm going to plan, you've heard before, don't go to the grocery store hungry. It's very true for me. Like, if I have a plan, I can do it. It's sticking to the plan on that. And I have to cut myself off. Like, I do great until about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I just want to eat the house. And I actually asked my doctor about that. I said, what am I doing? And she said, your brain is craving GABA. And what sweets and these salty things do is gives your brain GABA so you can go to sleep. That's why your brain's going. So it was so great to be able to.
What's GABA?
I don't know. Something in your brain.
I thought it was an app.
It's a
It's a brain.
Yeah, it's part
chemical?
of what's
chemical?
What's GABA? Yeah, it's a part of it's a chemical that your brain is wanting to go to sleep.
Oh,
yeah.
And
now
food
you know,
helps.
Now
that?
you know.
Well, food helps. That,
Sugary sweets is like she said. That's why you're craving
that's
that.
a good thing to do.
Oh, it was great to be the victim to my brain and not like going my willpower.
Wait, are we supposed to deprive the brain? I still don't.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to deprive the brain?
No, BJ, you're supposed to stay up late and eat chocolate-covered potato chips.
Well, I can feed the brain. It
that
gives,
actually
it
sounds
gives me more
delicious.
Really good.
The other is being lazy.
So what I feel like is, what's interesting is I think all of these are kind of like a domino effect, right? Being lazy or not being intentional. That's how I can think about being lazy. It's like we're just not doing things on purpose for a purpose, right? And so like when you procrastinate, when you put things off, then you get more stress. When you get more stress, you eat more. You don't want to work out. You don't want to do these things. When you stay up later, you eat more. Right? When you're tired, you drink more caffeine. All of these things kind of domino into each other.
Right. And hopefully the reverse could be true, right?
Sure.
They'll start dominoing in the opposite direction. So I think the bottom line for us today as we land the plane here is your kids need you and they need you to be healthy, right? Yeah. And we're just better dads when we feel better.
Yep. And one of the good news about the article, the New York Post article, is they said while the heart problem is there, dads also tend to live longer than non-dads. So there is a upside.
Yeah. As soon as they move out, we get healthy. It's fantastic.
Any 25-year-old listening to this, well, I'm never having kids.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well, the pro move of this week is, you guys, you've heard a lot. You can go to the show notes, whatever. It's just start small. Pick one thing just to go in the right direction. You do not have to do Jason's wife's race. What was it called?
The DECA. No.
The DECA seems very frightening. Yeah. So stay away from the DECA and just pick a small thing and just see what happens, and then hopefully that will snowball. You guys, thank you. This is good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was a little more honest than I feel comfortable with. It's just a little convicting. So on that note, thank you for listening. We're doing this with you guys. We do not have it all figured out. But again, thank you for listening. We know you and your kids will be glad you did. Thanks for listening to the All Pro Dad podcast. All Pro Dad is the fatherhood program of the nonprofit Family First. Along with our motherhood program, iMom, we exist to help you love your family well. Subscribe to our daily email, the All Pro Dad Play of the Day, by going to allprodad.com/subscribe and get daily powerful and practical fatherhood tips in your inbox. The All Pro Dad podcast is hosted by me, Ted Lowe, produced by Bobby Lewis.